What's up, Go enthusiasts? Today I have an interesting one. I've updated my Katrain finally. People keep on telling me to, and here it is. It is updated. Um, yeah. So the Katago I was using was very old. The Katrain I was using was very old, and I wanted to update my Katago, but my my Katrain was so old that the executable I was using was the old one. And even Katrain, it now has a button so that you can um, go download from Light Vector's GitHub the new Katago version in order to run the new Katago models. And that button didn't even exist in my Katrain that I had. It was so old. So here we are now, and we have a new Katago, new Katrain, new. Why do I have everything new? Because I beat Katago on 3 stones. And yeah, I wasn't supposed to do that. That's not supposed to happen. And I even beat it pretty bad. And I thought I was playing against Kata handicap, but it turns out I had set up that, and then I think I wasn't actually using it. Maybe I was, maybe it was on permanently, but I think I was using. I tried to have the automatic PDA that Katrain sets up here, and I tried to have that on my Katago, but I wasn't actually using it. So it seems like I need to purposefully select Kata handicap. So what it means is the Katago I beat on 3 stones was probably Katago without the correct handicap judgment, and then also with 500 playouts. That's probably what happened there, upon further investigation. Anyway, so what am I doing here? You might be like, why, why was Black winning at the start of this game, and why is Black called Katago 9-dan, and White is called Kata handicap? Well, what I did is I gave White no Komi here. Both of them are thinking for 1,000 playouts, and White has no Komi, and I gave White the instruction, hey, you are the stronger player. You should be applying pressure as much as you can. You are the stronger player, here's your playout doubling advantage. And I think I did, at least. I think I did this correctly. Oops, this is not what I want. Yeah, the Kata handicap, you can see here, it has the automatic. So that means the PDA will update, that's the playout doubling advantage. It will increase when it sees it needs handicap. And so that's like this game. So my hope here is that we'll watch a couple games and we're going to see Kata handicap actually win on no Komi against Katago. If it can do that, if it can beat Katago 1,000 playouts with no Komi, then I know I've set it up correctly. And I will play against this Kata handicap for my remaining games against handicap versions of Katago. Okay, that was a very interesting result over here, where White cannot save this because there's a ladder, but White is still satisfied to just play away, apparently, at this moment. Just keeping some forcing moves, whatever forcing moves that White can get over there. The game is apparently even. White got a huge left side in the opening. You can see that this black group is dead, that black group is dead. And then Black got the top side here, which is very strong, but maybe it wasn't quite as big as the left side was. Black also got to push through over here, but White is still safe in this part. And it looks like, according to AI, White is pulling ahead in this variation. There's this funny thing where you can cut there, or there was, and so that's why Black has answered, and White could then control the outside. And finally it ended up that these 2 stones are captured. So it seems like White is starting to outline an area here as the reduction to the top. That was probably quite effective. Now, you can see the AI is popping up. Normally, it's very funny actually. Normally when the AI runs, I always have it sort of closed when the AI is playing, because I'm playing against it. But this time AI is playing against it, so it doesn't matter if I get to see what it's thinking about. It's actually good that we get to see what it's thinking about. It means you can follow it a bit more, maybe. So, yeah, obviously these aren't updating all the time, and I'm having it play its move the moment that it gets to 1,000 playouts. So often we're having these sort of... it pauses on 631 playouts and then plays... But that's just, that's fine. It seems like White is already leading this game, according to Kataga. White has decided not to save these 2 stones, but instead peeped over here to save the outside by threatening those 2 stones. And it seems like Black is not really finding any purchase in the White weak group. So I even managed to capture some stone here. And wow, look at this Tetsuji. Now Black can get squeezed here pretty harshly. The reading is, of course, going like way faster than I can imagine. Each like 2 seconds or 1 second that it's taking to play a move, it's reading 1,000 moves. A play out is one extra move in one variation that it hasn't looked at before, you know? So it reads 1,000 moves every single time that it plays. That being said, it's playing as itself, so it is carrying through, I think, some of the reading from the other Katago. Honestly, maybe that means the Katago handicap is not working correctly, right? Because it should, if it has the PDA set up properly, shouldn't it not be able to borrow from the other Katagos? Reading? I'm not sure how that would work. I'll definitely set up the Kata handicap with manual PDA and try it again after this. And then, yeah. And then I'll set up, what's another good test? Yeah, and then I'll set it up with like 2 stones handicap and have it still be automatic public play out doubling. I don't know how useful that will be, because there's no way that Katago can actually beat Katago on 2 stones, right? I don't think it's that bad of a computer. It seems like white wins this game. Somehow. Very interesting. The first try on the new setup here, and my Kata handicap has beaten Katago on Nokomi. That's incredible. There was a Ko over here that seems to have resolved, and now black is attempting to put pressure on this center white, but this black is under huge pressure itself, so finally black comes back to cut and white can just clean up the center. As long as this center is dead, then this center white will not be weak, and therefore, in general, black should be doomed here. Yeah, black is going to try to make trouble, but at this point the game is frankly over. This is the kind of trouble, which I understand, that Katago will literally never fail. I mean, there's a Ko over here, which in theory, white could get a bad price for, but that would never really happen in AI game. I mean, it could happen, but it wouldn't happen straight, you know? It would happen in a very confused manner if the AI makes a mistake like that. From here, AI is just playing out some... Okay, so let's take a look at how this happened. What was the critical mistake according to my AI here? Was there a clear moment? Oh, I want to turn it off. Pause, maybe? No, this plays the thing. Oh, I think that paused the AI. Okay. So, back around here, white was leading. I wonder what the circle means. I don't actually know. I need to reset. Ah, it's the next moves thing. I didn't want that. Good. Now we don't have it. So yeah, in the game here, after white captures, it likes white's position. After white does that one, it really likes white's position. It thinks black, in order to handle this, needs to fight a bit harder. So what happened in the game was that black ended the Ko and allowed white to play here, and it hated that. And if black would keep going on the Ko, it would be still uncertain, apparently. Oh, no, I don't want the AI to play. I think normally if I was just reviewing a human-human game, then it wouldn't get confused like this, but because this is the AI's game, it wants to play it out itself. Well, that's interesting. I wonder why it didn't play here, if it thinks that's clean. Or clear. I can't say I really understand what's going on in the brain of the AI here. Handicap strategy found 11 moves. Wait. AI thought process. Handicap strategy found 11 moves returned from the engine and shows P13 as top move. P13 as the top move. PDA base score. So playout doubling advantage base score means it's an expectation from the playout doubled experiments, not the normal training. So normal training, it just plays itself the same amount of thinking time for both sides, but play out doubling means one side gets double the thinking time and then treats it accordingly. And so, okay, so black is thinking default, and it shows L13 is the best move. And then white is thinking handicap correctly. So it seems that the default process here could not respect this move enough. I wonder what it means by found 7 moves. Kind of strange. How can you find 7 moves here? Like, ah. So I guess maybe the Katago handicap strategy uses its judgment model as a different judgment model, but same reading. Same reading, but different judgment model. Is that how it's working? I'm not actually sure. Kind of curious to ask. But let's try again. Let's see whether this is in fact working as intended here. Oh, and I've realized that it's underneath my camera there. What I was talking about are these notes that you can see on the bottom there, where it's talking about how the default strategy and the handicap strategy, they're finding a bunch of moves and then choosing them. So you can see, for example, the PDA base score and win rate are both lower than they are objective. The black Katago is normal Katago, so we're seeing the black Katago's evaluation over there when it says plus 5.3 and 90.4. You can see handicap says plus 4.9 and 86 or something. So the my white Katago believes in itself more because it got no Komi. It got 0.5 points Komi instead of 6.5 points Komi. And so because of that, it thinks it must be the better player by some degree. And it's using that judgment to make its own judgment here. And it's going to try to play, assuming it's the better player, in a way that will make a better player win. So therefore a more complicated way. It's going to try to put more pressure on this black. I believe it's working out exactly correctly if I'm reading these notes well. So that's great. It's great news. White is indeed applying pressure, assuming that it's the better player. Now, in actuality, what I'm doing is having both of them play when they get to 1,000 playouts, just to let them play pretty fast. I guess I could make it a bit longer, actually, if I want to have a higher quality game. Because it's still blundered that fighting. We'll see whether they're blundering this game. If that blunder kind of thing happens often with 1,000 playouts, maybe I'll go up to 2,000. At some point, there's diminishing returns. So once you get to 500,000 playouts, then yeah, your Katago is going to understand the position really, really well. So well that you probably won't understand what it understands. It's going to be very difficult to actually glean anything from that kind of understanding. Wow, trade now. I didn't expect to trade here. This seems wild. I really thought that black was going to apply pressure to this bottom white group, that white group would die, but instead it just Atari'd and is playing here. Wow, this is very wild. So first of all, it played the outside move in the upper right, thinking, oh, I'm going to apply pressure to this white group, and if it defends, I'll have the huge moyo. And then white connected here, saying, oh, you're going to have the moyo, then I can make sure I get counterattack potential. And black was like, but then I can attack you. But it didn't want to attack straight and allow white to defend. So it tried to attack from the topside territory. And then white had to defend by going in between those two black stones. And also wanted to defend by blocking the territory. And it seems like it's turning out that white just doesn't have any territory themselves, and the safety of white is really low here. Attach Hane, obvious extend, not that one. I thought it was going to be extend over here, but it seems AI wanted to push through first. And now Hane. Okay, obviously we can get cut. The AI dared it like this. Katago handicap dared for this variation, thinking I should be able to counter fight now. I'm kind of curious. How is the handicap? Ooh, the handicap is not that confident in this variation, it seems. So in the end, black dies with 3 stones and white dies with 3 stones here. Is that even good to save? No, it's not. Interesting. So that spike that you see over there, I think that is a misjudgment. Assuming that white would have gone in a lot harder. In actual play, white came back and saved. But this is what I would expect to happen sometimes, is that white goes a little bit too risky and then gets beat by the normal Katago. It's actually pretty surprising that AI managed to beat itself on no komi first try over here. I guess I tried a few times on my old Katrain setup before updating, and each of one of those, the proper Katago won over Kata handicap. But this game looks much more like the way that I would expect a AI game to look, where both AIs are performing very, 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 very well, but the handicap AI pressed a bit too hard and lost a little bit of value. Co. Everywhere co. Wow, it dared die with those 4 stones. Oh, not really. Not really. Okay, we're gonna cut and we're gonna have something exciting now. So the handicap strategy was thinking this was the way to freshen up the game, but it's not really working very well, is it? This looks very difficult now. So the problem right now is that this group... Oh my god, there's a millipede. Or centipede. What do you call them? I can't believe it. That's ridiculous. Alright. Anyway, it seems like the test is successful. I'm going to go and get this centipede on my desk. I'm going to end the video. I don't like this. Hope you guys enjoyed. My test was successful, my Katago is successful. I'm ready to play it next time. See you then.